Hello and welcome back. It is once again time to play Nia. I have been really enjoying this game. This puzzle game inspired by the Myst games and other games of that sort. It has been quite fun, taking lots of notes. So many notes. I'm really enjoying it. Last time, we did a lot of wandering around and to new places as well as old. And I'm glad that I did, because the places that I had been before, I found things that I did not find on my first pass through. So, one of those things was a whole new laboratory. We had the key and everything, and I just hadn't looked at the elevator in the middle of this tower. But here we are. Here we are. We got these like murals up here. You got this thing with like this symbol spewing all kinds of stuff out here, and then there's this orb thing that seems to be bursting open or something. Or maybe it's getting sucked into this tube, I don't know. And then over here you've got this guy holding up some big old symbol. Seems to be siphoning the life force of 4 people. If I had to guess, I would say that these are the 4 Peiltish clan leaders, and that's Quinanavik. That'd be my guess currently. But we also see Victory 4231, and we know that 4231 was the code for the Palska Shrine activation console. So I do wonder at what point was that painted on to the mural. Because it is very, like, it was clearly done with a stencil, right? It wasn't just hand painted. Whereas the rest of this seems pretty hand painted. Then you got this stenciled in Victory 4231. So I would assume that that was painted on after the fact. Sometime after the fact. Whether or not that has anything to do with, like, whether that was a reminder of what the Pelska Shrine activation console code is, or if they decided on the Peiltish Shrine activation console code because of this number already having some other kind of significance. Who knows? We got all kinds of stuff going on here. There is this thing which is very similar to the structure that we see back in that area with the 4 portals that big old tower, you've got these 4 symbols. Except these are all lit up. And then you've got these... Is it spores? It's a spore heater prototype. Obviously much smaller, because prototype. It's got this gauge here that seems to be all the way to the right. Can't push that button. Here. Dear Smolax, I am writing to you in regards to the increasing fragility of the Falitsu Dome. I understand you are very busy putting a lot of our resources into the Laflomian portal, but I believe we are so close to creating a brand new source of energy through the Falitsu roots, which could easily surpass any of the current Payitas we have coming out of the labs. I appreciate the hard work and time already spent in separating the Falitsu Dome from the rest of the Falitsu Island. However, I am going to require more sophisticated materials if I am to sustain healthy root growth and generate accurate results through the Bannock's computer system. One of my current concerns is a faulty pipe at Falitsu Pod 4. It keeps disconnecting and leaking fluids everywhere. I call upon the aid of the priests at the Ronaldo Temple. With their sophisticated tools, I believe we can take full advantage of using more natural-based resources from Feyamore. So far, the tests carried out look hopeful, with more roots churning out stronger pellicite readings. My faith in the use of Feyamore's natural resources also stems from having used another plant material. The Gefunki mushroom produces spores which, when mixed with 2 chemicals, tachybaniol and clophenol, produce a very efficient and sustainable light source. Unlike the Falitsu roots, no seawater is required to add in the mix. I have set up a few of these light sources around Nyashka Site 28. Please find attached a couple of photos, referring to points I've made in my letter. I am free any time in the coming week to arrange a meeting with yourself and any of the priests which may be available to speak further on the Falitsu Dome's upgrades. Best wishes, Vermeer. So these lights, those lights that we've seen around, must be powered by the Gefunki mushroom spores. Interesting. Wait, wasn't there... Yeah, and then there's... That must be the pipe he was talking about keeps separating. To Vermeer Dehili, I'm informing you of the immediate closure of the elevator at the Falitsu Dome, until the button mechanism there has been fixed. I'm curious as to why the button has been tampered with in the first place. I'm not sure when to expect a new mechanism installation. I might have parts for you to collect sometime in the next week or 2, but I can't say for sure. As you're aware, work has been very demanding in the Ronaldo Temple lately. I will revise any structural checks for the dome's roof and inform you of any confirmed dates for inspection. Until then, I hope work with the Falitsu roots continues to provide promising results. Smolax. The plasma field has been activated successfully. All operations on the dome will cease for now. As explained in my letter, if you are able to find a fix for the button system there, inform me as soon as you can. Smolax. Yes, the dome. We know that that elevator doesn't work. The button is, like, pulled out, so I guess the button mechanism needed to be worked on. Also, obviously this is a letter that Vermeer wrote to Smolax, but never sent out for some reason. Remote power using the mushroom spores. Satellite connects to remote light sources, spores inserted inside cabinet. After different experiments, I have found the Gefunki mushroom spores at the sleeping tower area of the Falitsu Island to work most effectively on the new remotely powered lanterns. Maybe it has something to do with the nearby Binoxi Eye portal? Those rays could be aiding the potency of the spore's growth. I'm quite happy with the new contraption which processes the spores. So far so good. Let there be light in dark places. We'll have to keep an eye out for one of these boxes. Because we do have some mushroom spores. What? Meat chunk. Oh, you know what? You know what? So, I did take a quick glance around this place off stream, and apparently it kept the item that I accidentally picked up. That's weird. Let me see. I load. Okay. We'll pick that up later then. But we do have mushroom spores that we're gonna need. Yeah, and I only poked around Austrian just to see if there's anything that I should take notes of, and I haven't seen anything in my little wanderings. Anything too important. But I didn't want to poke around too much, and so I stopped. Now here we are. To the attention of Vamir Dahili. This email is in response to our meeting alongside our protector, Smolex Mehmet, in regards to his concerns with the current heater system set up on Nyashka Site 28. After reviewing the current setup you have running, we have decided to begin installation of new pipes which will carry the heater server cables from the heater servers through the Lodvik connection tower and into the Nyashka heater chamber. I hope you have received the prototype pipe already. This metal will enable more protection for the cables and withstand hotter temperatures once the system is powered. Smolax has also decided to heighten security on the use of the fuse boxes on the heater servers. Rather than using only the Trondi counts generated by the Holtish machines, they need to be multiplied by certain numbers. I'll leave these numbers for you to decide upon. The results will be the numbers required to power the fuse boxes. I'm also glad you decided on a remote source of power for the overall activation of the heater servers. 4, 3, 2, 1. I respected your wish not to interfere too much with the old Fizzultian technology you seem to latch onto. The Lodvik Tower died away years ago, ever since the first ocean portal was constructed. I believe Smolax has already made you aware of his lack of interest in continuing to use Fizzultian technology. I strongly recommend casting your gaze upon newer systems that could provide longer life for Site 28 at less expense. Please consider alternative systems for the operation of the heaters. The spore delivery there is fruitful. I beg you, don't squander it over the love you have for a world only shrouded in ghosts. Yaman Kloit, Director of Uluxis Heating Systems. End of email. We have a red 4, blue 3, green 2, and a yellow 1. And I assume that has something to do with the Trondi count multiplication thing. Because we got... it's color-coded, just like the Trondi count boxes. I mean, they're not color-coded, but they do have symbols which correspond to certain colored portals. And the one that corresponds to the yellow portal we found was number 7. So I have to wonder, because it does say generated by the Holtish machines. I'm pretty sure the Holtish machines are those 4 machines in that central area that we powered up. And I'm pretty sure they said that they generated a Trondi count and sent it. But I don't, as I recall, we couldn't actually see what the Trondi count was that was sent. So maybe the Trondi count is the same for all of them. It's just multiplied by a different number. where yellow is just 7, maybe green is 14, blue is 21, and red is 28? Maybe? We'll have to look into that and futz around with it a bit. Let's go in here. The bedroom. So first off, yes, it was right here. We got another pieta, Velitran pieta. We know where to put that. Well, I know the spot that it needs to go in. I can't recall exactly where that location was. I'll have to dig around and find it again. But also, I assume that's Vamir's wife and child.
Pieta. It's a powerful word. On Oluj, Pietas only mount to labs. One-way glass windows, black curtains, locked doors. On top of the Belindi Hills, I run the operations in a place where all the magic happens. The people who live down our street believe what I do is his work. The thought dust aftermath of his beckoning, his machine breath. If I hear Smolak say this to me one more time, I swear I'll set up a Quilivian of my own and trap him inside it while he sleeps. Well, I am working on it, but it won't be no Quilivian, and I want to make sure he is conscious when the teleportation takes place. The bunker is already set up, just as Urnter instructed. Nia will provide what is needed. I struggle tonight with my thoughts. While I have successfully set up the Mayorta gas system and tested the orange pieta required to power it, I can't help but be reminded of the near-death experience that came as a result of not thinking clearly when testing it a month or two ago. I can't blame Taliva for this incident. I knew a dispute would arise after telling her about certain precautions I have set up here at the lab. Wakara Security continued to insist that I upgrade the UED N80 security doors, even though I have gone down to their offices in person explaining that I can maintain the systems myself. I'm sure Smolax is behind it. So, I decided to block them on the Bannock system. I understand Taliva's irritation at what could only lead to more suspicion and problems from the powers above. I've noticed a change in her mood lately. While I'm aware she worries about me, I'm also sensing a growing resentment in her towards what my work entails. The sacrifice, the relentless thunderstorm above our heads, rumbling. What if? My love, I will strive to make sure nothing happens to our family. We are so close now. 2 months ago, I had to escape the lab's Mayorta chamber. I reckon I have never climbed up a ladder so fast in all my life. The Mayorta gas erupted way too quickly. After I miscalculated the pieta activation lever's speed in vaporizing the glass of the table which keeps the Mayorta glass cloud contained. Memory doesn't serve me well as it used to. So I set up some posters to remind me to carry a mask on me at all times, whenever entering any of the Mayorta gas areas. I can't continue to dwell on this setback. Perhaps I'm tired. One of Taliva's shoulder massages would be perfect right now. I'm very proud of my accomplishments, especially in tinkering with the components of the tube portals. I remember attending one of the early expeditions to excavate the caves where the Mayorta gas had been discovered. I was a young man back then. I still recall the Benoxy screeches, my head covered in green moss from the cave walls as I steadied myself traipsing down into the ink-black pools of darkness filling those ancient tunnels. I'm glad Smollex pushed for the tube portals to be created. They now serve a great purpose here on Nia. My adjustments to a specific tube portal have required the use of other devices. On the Bannock system, I have managed to keep locations of the tube portals classified. I can't hide the sensors very easily. This is why I need to keep as many people off Nia as possible. While I know Taliva is sick with frustration, I'm sure she understands. One side effect of the Mayorta gas eruption is that even with wearing a gas mask, somehow a vision will take place. For a moment, I felt I was actually in the place I needed to teleport to, even though I am only activating the 2 portal in that moment. If I was to pursue further research into the Mayorta gas, I'm sure I could generate a teleportation from the very gas itself. I've tried hard to conceal my escape route from Nia, despite the use of the sensors. However, I decided not to set up a security camera console for it. The location will make itself known anyway once the Mayorta gas is released, and I believe the portal to the Velitron machine doesn't necessarily require a camera system either. I may dismantle this at some point. I could have saved Unter the trouble of sending me a new camera system for the transportation tower security code, and just used this one instead. I'll keep one of the Pietas here in my quarters for now, but I believe the key to my escape route back to Nia requires higher security and protection. Eita. There's a bed. Just checking if there's anything under the bed. Another journal. I have had to dismantle the railings at the bridge leading to the old bunker on Scarliti Towers. They were rusted almost to nothing. A shame Smolax doesn't share the same views on the Fizultian world as I do. Or at least, he used to. Even the symbol which represents Felitsu Island is a full circle, when it didn't need to be. All the others are broken circles. He just had to make it clear that Oluj is indeed the center of everything. There's been a recent addition to the Bannock's computer system on the lab. An update to the Jituk portal, apparently delivering a stronger access to the spore docks through the Talita portal leading to Pinorvia Point. I believe this will cause extra strain on the system there, even with the countless fixes Smolax has slapped onto those ancient machines. We'll see how this pans out. Smolax seems to have taken a liking to my recent experiments with Kofunki mushroom spores. The results on the lanterns I have set up so far on Nia seem to indicate they deliver a great source of light power. While the lanterns seem to be working great on flat surfaces, more uneven, rockier surfaces cause the lantern's tentacles to lose their grip. I have thus been working on more remotely powered sources of light, which can be activated by these beautiful Kofunki mushroom spores. So far, so good. Quick maintenance check on the Kula crystal setup I installed a while ago at the watchtower of Felitsu Island's harbor. Surprising how powerful it still is after having not inspected it for a good month or two now. Seems to work fine still. The heater servers don't seem to complain. The old Levandishing tower nearby still provides even today, despite most of it now crumbling away into the ocean. Mason seems quite content with the new responsibilities I have given him. Regards to checking up on the Nyashka plant, making sure everything is running at point A, the Nyashka zone. The Nielda Platinum series models are great and hold up very well, but I doubt any upgrades will be taking place for a while. Smolax fears the spore counts are getting low here on Site 28, as he calls it. Competition is coming your way, he says. We'll see about that, Smolax. I have managed to hide the crystals safely away in a place Smolax will never end up going. Probably too afraid he'll be attacked by an Elopolite, still lurking away in those dark chambers after all these years. No Golar craft to save you, Smolax. Not now. Mason seems to agree with me on making sure there's a place to remind ourselves what color is needed for which mechanism. The spore dock sounds good. I have managed to tinker around with the power flow of the console there. The Nielda activation console is in a secure place at point A of the ocean portal. But I've made sure the key is also secure, and the spore dock seems a convenient place, considering the safe which holds it. So, hold on. You're telling me that at the spore docks, I could have found a clue as to which colored crystal to use instead of just trial and erroring it? Huh. Well, Nielda activation console, which is not the Pelska Shrine activation. Activation console is in a secure place at point A of the ocean portal. The key is also secure, and the spore dock seems a convenient place considering the safe which holds it. Again with the spore docks. The Velitran machine continues to work its magic, even with the Peoltish clan no longer present to oversee its power. However, may they forgive the slight alterations I have had to install into the machine, due to the mechanisms there being so ancient. It will work well for the code system. The oil canister still fits and operates as it should do, fueling the machine. With the use of the Bilix oil, I feel it still connects the Velitran temple with the other 5 zones of Falitsu Island. Important to note, we do have a canister of, I assume, this Bilix oil that we'll need to use at probably the same place as we need to put this Pieta in. I was tidying up some spilled Lavandis crystals from a fallen bowl at the emergency exit chamber of Galorfiak Mines the other day. The sea breeze can pick up a gale through the closed tunnel there. Then I stopped in my tracks and thought about my actions. While I strive to preserve what is left of the Fizultian world, perhaps I too am only sucking dry the remaining soul from this scarred land. As it is, a monstrous machine now sits where the Kenti Hall used to be, housing these very Lavandis crystals. Crystals which were protected and held sacred to the Fizultians, dating back to a time long ago when Elithire sailed out to discover the constellation numbers. And now they are connected up to pipes and tubes, dunked in solutions to help grow Falitsu plants. Yet another part of Fizulta stolen by us and molded to fit our own needs. Am I just like Smolax? Even in my attempts to help better Oluche, perhaps I am not preserving anything of the old world at all. I know many of the old Fizultian spears have either fallen or been blown off from certain structures here on Nia, and I have let these be, as though not to disturb too much of this ancient world. Maybe I should let my thoughts be for now. I can only do what I can, until the Quilivian is found. Fizulta remains in the grip of Oluche. Nia will only be Nyashka Site 28 and the Ludwig Tower, once bearing the sacred Ludwig waters which were pumped into the Nyashka chamber to help grow this beautiful plant, will only ever serve as another means in which I am guilty of instigating, a means of escape. Everything is built to serve Oluche. What will the Fizultians think when they do return to Nia? I do wonder if it's too late. Arian speaks of the Old One. They shall arrive here very soon. From what she has told me about them, I hope it's sooner rather than later. It's me, the Old One. Also, got this symbol here for this plant, which is the same as the symbol over. Are you? Hang on. The symbol over here. There. So is that the
Was it Falitsu plant or whatever? The plant that then creates these spores, and then you turn those spores into pitas. Got a big old net hanging out there. Some pipes. Reminder, send old pipes back to Oluj, possibly reuse in Lab 17?
To Vamir Dehili, I apologize for the delay with the construction work on the Falitsu Dome. Not only have the sea levels risen around the Falitsu Island area, but it appears the heat has something to do with why my men seem so anxious as to the very thought of stepping foot on these old Fizultian wooden walkways again. The suns turned their minds into Maleva dung. All they talk of is the voices in their heads whenever they step foot back on the docks here on Oluj. Those vines are also causing havoc on the scaffolding there. Maybe they can help bring down the rest of that wretched Fizultian mess hall, or whatever it used to be. No matter. Karelta Volka beckons, and thus we shall answer and continue our work. I'm hoping the current state of the dome's technology is providing significant progress in your search for alternative power sources. I am looking at strengthening the power of the blue crystal fences, too. Not only at the dome, but other areas of Nyashka Site 28. The vines seem eager to burn under them, rather than retreat back to those cursed waters. The elevator sector seems to be a stronghold against any natural forces. Those towers there are strong, and perfect for protecting such important devices. Meanwhile, although I may require a new team to conduct the research required to get such work underway, I am quite eager to pursue matters in regards to finding alternative use for the Bilix tank oils on Falitsu Island. That old contraption needs to be brought down and new systems put in place to make use of that oil. While I understand you are quite preoccupied with other matters on Nyashka Site 28, if you do have a free moment to check what the levels of at the tank might be, inform me and I'll see to putting some construction plans in place. I have also ceased work on the railway system linking the Levandis Crystal coastline and the Jalud Station area of the arrival sector for reasons I previously mentioned. While the Nyashka spores are fruitful on Nyashka Site 28, the place has caused me nothing but trouble. Let me know if the rail cart system is powered enough to get from one side to the other. The Bannock's eye portal seems to be running at full capacity now. I just hope the propulsion mechanism currently installed on the rails doesn't make it too much of a bumpy trip. A stronger fuse system will suffice, replacing the current Jalud fuse installation required at the cart. I believe Nyashka Site 28 holds the key to evolving our technologies in ways we haven't thought possible. More than just throwing old Falitsu roots in cases of chemicals and hoping to see what power is squeezed from them. The more we can strip away at the Fizultian corpse that continues to fester below our sanctuary, the stronger we will be, the closer we shall be to him. Smollax. The current symbology depicted in the Bilix tank emblem, where Oluj is joined with the lands of Fizulta, creates a bitter taste in my mouth. We shall definitely revise this design once we have the plans for a new system in place. I'm excited to push forward with ideas on how the oil can be used more effectively for our purposes here on Oluj. Also, I am certain we had one of these oil canisters left behind by our betrayers. Maybe they took it with them when I threw the last of their souls into the Quilivian.
Nudger cart departure returns to this sleeping tower area of arrival sector. Vizultion rail track. Retractable buffer stop. Nudger cart arrival at Lavandis Crystal Coastline. Olugerian rail track. Hoping to remove the nudgers from the rail system once the old rail is fully demolished. Once fully operational, I can approve other rail systems across Nyashka Site 28. Small X. Lavandis rail system upgrades. To Vamir Dehili. The improvements you've made to my Irelta gun are the finest I've seen in a while. I have noticed a far cleaner and sharper aim when hunting down the Maleva cats. I have not organized a hunting expedition on Nyashka Site 28 for a while, as their population seemed to dwindle there compared to other areas of Vizulta. While I prefer the marble white walls of my temple, catching these plated beasts across various terrain below distracts me from the arduous work taking place at the Ronalda Temple. After the betrayal and the battle which followed, they seem to have fled further into forested areas. Do not threaten, my dear Vamir. My Irelta only fires tranquilize. Don't threaten, my dear Vamir. My Irelta only fires tranquilizers. I'm aware you don't agree with animals being experimented on, but in my eyes it's no different than your plant tests. Once unconscious, the plated beasts are brought back to Olujay and marked. This way I'm not repeating the procedure on the same animals. Maleva cat's blood seems to contain a property which, when mixed with Galithium? Galitium. Whoops. When mixed with Galitium accelerates the plasma generation of the Laflomian portal. See, that's an F. It's got a curve at the top. See, there's a T. That's an F. But apparently it's supposed to be a T. Galitium accelerates the plasma generation of the Laflomian portal. I honestly believe this cat will be the answer to speeding up our work, ridding ourselves from this cursed place once and for all, and returning back to him. Let me know if you wanted to organize any hunting expeditions down on Nyashka Site 28. You would be most welcome. Maybe you'd wield the Irelta better than I can. I'm always up for a challenge, my dear Vamir. Small X. How dare you? How dare you hunt down those adorable little cats and drain their blood? Living creature. This room is much more dark. Another journal, second to last. Oh. After you have fueled the Nielda, go straight to the Nyashka heater chamber. I'll meet you there once I've accessed the Nielda system number 2 and lowered the Nyashka. Remember to keep the plasma shield open. I have a little experiment to conduct. One which Smolex would no doubt feed me to the Benoxy for. Vamir. Once you have fueled the Nielda, go to the heater chamber, and he'll meet us there. Interesting. Good to know. Okay. And yeah, I have been keeping the plasma shield open. I figured I would need to do that. My nose is being real itchy today. But let's take a look at this.
Mason. That is what Vermeer... Oh, Mason. That is what Vermeer came to call me. There's nothing wrong with the name, although I know deep down at my core my real name is very different. Even after so long, since I arrived on Nia, my memory has not yet fully returned to me. I know this frustrates Vermeer. He wishes to understand, but I know he has already constructed stories in his head in regards to my whereabouts. The connection with the Quilivian. One night, perhaps a month after I had arrived on Nia, once Vermeer had made sure I looked like one of the Olugerians with the mark of Oluge drawn on the side of my face, I recalled a dream to Vermeer. I could only piece together certain parts of it. There was a portal opening up before me. Purple rocky outcrops surrounded me, and light exploded from out of the portal ahead. I was being lured into it. I heard voices behind me, and upon looking back I could see 4 cloaked figures, spaced apart from one another by at least 2 meters, and a crowd of people stood behind them. Purple rock everywhere. I was inside some sort of cavern. Before long, the light of the portal enshrouded me, and in that moment I noticed something dark and hideous emerging from the haze above me. 2 eyes, one a bright yellow, while another as black as shadow, centered by a fiery red light. A deep, thunderous, growling sound erupted through my ears, growing louder the further I allowed the light of the portal to take my whole body, my whole mind, my whole soul, until I vanished. Vermeer had discovered me at the Pelska shrine on Pinorvia Point. I was naked and unconscious. He recalls noticing purple rock dust on my skin. Vermeer believes the Pelska was connected with my appearance here on Nia. It's hard for me to recall faces or names. I know I had family and people who cared for me, and I know I had been sent here for a reason. One name does surface in my mind, sweeping away the strange purple dust of mystery and making things in my life as clear as the Feyamore sun that bathes my skin. Smolax. It only pains me when I think of it, boiling my blood, drawing at my skin, or clawing at my skin. My heart breaks at the grief this name has caused to the people, the faces, the souls I long to remember. Smolax. I shall find him. Maybe more will come to me as time passes. I hope so. Something unusual happened to me the other day. Vermeer had instructed me to go down to the spore docks to replace the safe there, holding the Nyashka activation key. But upon traversal through the Pelorian portal, the safe unlocked itself. I was certain the safe had been locked before its transit through the portal. Vermeer also informed me that such saves had exploded while being sent through Pelorian portals. After a few days, the portals seemed to have been given a complete upgrade. There's no problem now. But the Shriaki portals continue to cause problems, with a possible closure of these portals entirely. Vermeer hasn't explained to me the lock mechanisms for the safes, but at least I know a way to unlock one if I ever needed to do so. I witnessed Vermeer setting up one of these strange, weird lantern-looking devices down by the Jalud arrival station the other day. I've seen some of these planted in the waters of the Nyashka heater chamber, too. I believe it may be related to an experiment he wants me to be part of. I'm not too sure what it's all about, but I have a feeling it's somehow connected with Oluj. If I can get to Oluj, I can get to Smolax. After looking at the weird lantern object, I've noticed it's connected to a manhole cover, one which always seems to be locked, and I can only assume must be opened remotely. What is he hiding in there? The other day he left the door to the lab's basement unlocked at the lobby area. I managed to climb down into a small chamber, which I can only assume was once used for storage but has now been filled with strange contraptions, one of which I have seen before, at least a part of it, before he proceeded to set everything up in the Lodvik Tower on the Nyashka pools. He has since sealed that top floor off as well. What are you up to, Vermeer? Fueling my suspicions, Vermeer has been spending a lot of time at Penorvia Point lately. That ancient shrine. It almost calls out to me in my sleep, awakening something in me, which has so far lied dormant throughout my whole life until now. So many questions. Traveling here to Nia caused a fog to enshroud my memories. I'm not sure if this was an expected side effect of the traversal. All I know is the Pelska and Smolax are important elements to my reasons for being here. Salt. Things are starting to come back to me. It's important that I keep these entries concealed from now on, just in case. Survivors. They would talk of the Pelskas, for some reason. I struggle to remember that name. That creature's eyes. Gazing deep into my soul from above the bright haze of the portal from my dream. It tries to stop me from remembering. What is this creature? All I know is Vermeer is drawn to the Pelskas. They seem to lie dormant, hidden from this world. I am aware from the memories I have managed to salvage from the grip of that beast staring back at me, from my dream that the Pelskas never visited my home, Quilivia. And Quilivia, the very place I was sent from. 4 rulers sent me here, people of wisdom and old age, survivors of a betrayal bestowed upon their world long ago by Smolax. Vezulta, their homeworld. I am here to reclaim it for them, to discover where Smolax lies, and only then will I be able to uncover the whereabouts of my people. A gateway with a name I have heard spoken of so many times throughout the years. The Quilivian. Once opened, my people can enter this world. We shall take back what is rightfully ours. I've noticed Vermeer has been using the salt pages a lot more. He's hiding things. I don't blame him, of course. I do the same thing myself, and I also introduced him to it. Or shall I say, he discovered it himself, finding a way to read some of the writing in an old journal I had brought with me to Nia when I'd first arrived. I no longer have this book. I didn't really understand much of the writing myself, having very little memory of the mind who had bound the ink to page. But now I do recall beautiful messages left behind by my grandfather, my mother, and my sister. And I try to put them aside. Otherwise, I become swallowed up by the pain that they are no longer with me. Yet I am fueled by the vision of my success in opening the Quilivian, freeing my people, and being reunited with my family once again. I chose this path. The 4 rulers trusted me to save their world. I will not fail. My grandfather. More memories snaked their way into the surface of what seemed to be an endless desert of unknown, of confusion, suffocating my mind for so long. I know now why I had to rid myself from that journal. Grandfather's death at the purple caves of Quilivia overshadows my happier memories of him, and I had to burn that book, only to have a stranger, an Olugerian, take our ways of hiding our writing, concealing vital information, thoughts and prayers, and mold it into something to satisfy his own needs. Vermeer wasn't able to uncover much of my journal, from what I can recall. However, he did get me to work very quickly in creating a similar ink, using flora found here on Nia. At first, he found the Gufunki mushrooms to be quite favorable, but then after adding warlat flowers into the mix, he created an ink which worked almost as well as the ink I had used back in Quilivia. The old one. I have heard this muttered by Vermeer in his sleep. I went out to the Bannock's computer last night to check the status of the Nyashka heater chamber. Heard him through the closed doors of his quarters. The old one. What does this mean? He has been working on some strange devices down at Pinorvia Point. There's an old building down there, circular in shape, but very close to the Pelska Shrine. I have seen sketches of such buildings that the survivors had drawn over the years. If I recall correctly, they were used for weapons storage during the Fizultian reign. Now something else. Something Vermeer is creating, but for what? And how does this connect with the Pelska? Something is being planned between them, and it's connected with that building. And those weird machines he has built down there. That's it. I know now. There are 2 towers on Nia which serve as transmitters to the Jalud portal here on the lab. I know Vermeer had some lock systems put in place to keep the tower secure, but I am also aware he uses the Jalud to return to Olujay. He must have it running all the time, surely. Maybe the lock systems don't even exist. They're just a way to distract me. What else could those towers be used for? There's a task Vermeer wants me to finish by the end of the day, collecting old heater shells from the Nyashka zone. He wants them brought back here to the lab. He seems protective of them, or at least one of them. Maybe Smolax is getting too close? I remember the symbol patterns just as much as I remember the correct colors needed for the crystal block mechanisms. If anything, it's Vermeer who needs to worry about forgetting them. His mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Perhaps he is having the same dream as I had. That creature's eyes are starting to haunt him too. Anyway, after this task is done, I shall prepare myself to get on board the Jalud and travel to Olujay. I've been waiting for far too long. Now is the time, my people's time. Smolax, I am coming for you. Well, there seems to be many consoles here. Oh boy, you get some video messages. Smolax.
Vermeer! My old friend. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I assume you're down there on Nyashka Site 28? Working hard, I hope. Looking at recent deliveries from other Nyashka sites, I'd say some serious competition is coming your way. Also, just a reminder, if I don't see progress on the dome's construction, I will hold you personally responsible. Maybe it will put the half-baked brains of my men at ease, knowing the curse has been lifted. Their foolish falsehoods of whispered voices can finally be extinguished. Now, while I admire your search for alternative power sources besides the Pieta. I feel you are getting too close to that Validian. Go now, my dear Vermeer. I await your report on the Philitsu routes.
Uh-huh. Next message.
The Nyashka spore. Beautiful, powerful, potent. Wouldn't you agree, my dear Vermeer? We must conserve the Galliphium, and yet we must up the dosage for the well-being of the people. Perhaps the Nyashka plants are getting zapped by Zypherfish, or maybe the spores are releasing too early. You should double-check the heaters. Or maybe the spores are randomly getting weaker, their power withering, their potency waning, for no reason at all. Nyashka Site 28 is losing its power, Vermeer. It must be, because the Ologerians are forsaking the spores. If you can't find a way to increase the potency, I will sink your beloved Nia beneath the waves. Check the tank for Zypherfish and eradicate them. We can't afford interruptions. Not if we are to finally be reunited with him.
Uh-huh. But also, it is an F. Hold on. Hold on. Which note was that? Is it over here? Yeah. Gulithium, not gulitium. It was the clear text that was mistyped to be a T. So it was an F. Just like it's written here. Alright. Well, final message here. From Smolex.
It finally happened. Didn't I say it'd be unwise to keep that wretched portal standing? The debris doesn't concern me. It could have affected the spore farming systems. We were lucky. This time, my workers speak of whispers and believe the site is cursed. What happens when they refuse to maintain the Benoxy Eye portals? Who will step in then? You! Myself! My focus lies here in the temple, at the Laflomian portal. As should yours. The Opalesh was but a means to an end. That technology faded away years ago. It's true, the Opalesh did serve us well for a long time, and the Pieta remained in great condition after its transit from the factory to the temple here on Olajay. But now, the Pelorian portal at the old factory, it's in ruins. It's a twisted mess. A corpse, shaped by the greed of its creators, swallowed up by the ocean. Eventually, everything they ever created will fall. Who was it? One of my engineers mentioned to me the last time he was down on site. Oriane. That name sounds familiar. Does it mean anything to you? Kameltavolka. He graces me with his presence. His machine breath enters my dreams. Now, more than ever. We are getting close for me. The time is fast approaching where we will once again sail back through the silver rings and be old with our home. Bragnarian. But we need more Power! Our Flomian portal remains stable for now, despite the tremors. We can do this. We have to. Keep me informed about Nyashka Site 28.
Also, nice to know that it's Nyashka, not Nyashka. Nyashka is the proper pronunciation. I'll have to remember that. But, so this is a full rotation, half a rotation, a third of a rotation, and a fourth of a rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Nyelda Platinum System number 1. System information. The Nyelda Platinum series is the perfect cradle and elevation machine for any type and size of Nyashka plant. This machine comes with reinforced Naxilia metal and Pelorian plasma tubes, sustaining large distances between the ocean portal it may be required to travel through in order to grow and deliver spore production. This will rest at a more elevated position above heater systems, more so than any of the previous models, generating a much more successful spore harvest. Once the Nyelda is fueled via an activation cabinet, and a two-part symbol is successfully transferred to Nyelda Platinum System number 2, the Nyelda will take less than a minute to reach the Point B destination. The fuel for the activation cabinet system is required to be powered from a remote location to the Nyelda itself. The key, safe box, and activation cabinet for fueling the Nyelda will be provided to you a couple of days before the main machine is shipped. It says both binoculars active. Interesting. We've got those symbols. We did fix up those symbols. I'm not sure what these binoculars are. We found one binocular which we looked through and told us to switch a switch, which we did. Activation panel are both green. Symbol connected with Nyelda Platinum System number 2. Destination classified. The diverter tower on arrival sector continues to provide a strong signal, enabling a successful transmission of symbols to the binoculars connected to the Nyelda Platinum System number 2. The Elopolite shield is now nothing but a ruin, looming above the diverter tower like a corpse, and those binoculars stationed at the watchtowers nearby serve no purpose anymore. While this continues to provide a steady source of power for the Nyelda, I do believe it would be wise to consider constructing a brand new system, one which doesn't require old Fizultian technology. I always did appreciate their understanding and cooperation back when I decided to lay down the plans to construct the ocean portal. But after what they did to us for me. Anyway, make sure transmission from arrival sector to HQ lab sector at the diverter tower remains strong for the Nyelda operations to be performed successfully. The Nyashka depends on it. Small X Manet. Power. Current location of binocular power is yellow. Or is it red? Is it red or yellow? Because this one's kind of lit up, but this one's also yellow. Interesting. Interesting. what does this one show? Display. Fuel activation. Symbol code activation board activated. Nyelda activation console powered. Yeah, it's 1324? One is the full, so one is red. One is the red. 3 is blue. 2 is green. And 4 is yellow. Nyelda activation console powered. So do we go 1, 3, 2, 4? What if we do that? Does that do anything? I don't know. Let's have a look at the main console here. Nothing else to click on. Bannock's computer system. Welcome back to the Bannock's computer system. Powered by servers on your homeland and named after the masters of our bloodline. The Bannock's computer system will enable you to access various points of information connected to the Nyashka site you are working at on the planet of Feamor. The Bannock's computer system receives data closely linked to the successful operation of all Nyashka sites. This includes Holtish data, portal status power and activity, a variety of console and machine statuses, and email correspondence with your lord, Smolax Mehmet, plus other connections to the Ronalda Temple. Karel Tavolka watches down upon you with machine breath. He thanks you for the harvest of the Nyashka spores and doing your part to bring our broken world closer to him once again. After the betrayal of the Fazoltians, their land of Fazolta and the rest of Feamor was left for us to upgrade and change as we saw fit, under his eyes, guiding us. We came to this planet upon one landmass. Now we have access to various lands throughout the use of old and new portal systems. While some of the technology belonged to the Fazoltians originally, we strive to make it our own, to make it better. As workers of the Nyashka sites, you have access to these wondrous creations. They are your passengers across the surface of this planet. Select a portal to find out more about them and their specific activity in connection with your Nyashka site. We've got the Binoxi Eye portals. There's 21 of them in operation. This is a lot of technical information that I'll just breeze through. We've got the Mihile portals. I think those are the ones that the elevators go through. Number of them classified. The ocean portals, like the ones that the Nyashka plant use, is currently 4 in operation. Helorian portals. Yeah, we've used those a few times. Currently 4 in operation. Further information. Helorian flowers, plasma ring, and Kula crystal pot. We've seen one of those. Interesting. So I'm thinking, because the one that we've seen is, I assume now, above the hidden portal, which is probably one of the Helorian portals. But usually, you see it's hooked up down here. Interesting. Spore pump delivery portal. Currently only one in operation. Talita portals, 4 in operation. Shriyuki portal, 4 in operation. Mayorta tube portal, classified number in operation. Jalud portal. While Jalud crafts can depart directly from Oluj and travel to destinations on Nia, certain restricted access areas require a portal for Jalud travel, such as the Sky Chamber. These portals are known as Jalud portals. And each Nayashka site will have a Jalud portal built at a specific location, usually the lab HQ sector. They require transportation towers to operate, requiring 2 signals. Currently 1 in operation. Oh wait, I shouldn't have gone back completely. Console data. Nyashka Site 28, or Nyashka Site 28, depends a lot on our technology and machines to keep running efficiently. A lot of these machines have been built in Oluj and installed across various Nyashka sites. Important data systems are set up on the Banox computer system to receive vital information on particular consoles, such as Trondi counts from the Holter servers, readings from the Falitsu root consoles at the Falitsu Dome, and location settings for the Jetuk portal technology, connecting the Nyashka Spore collection pool and Spore Docks 1. What the? Error? Error detected. Attempting to identify problem. Interference with symbol light. Attempting to receive data. Unsuccessful. No data received. Check pod 2 for faults. Is that because of the thing that was hidden in the little number panel? Because Falitsu pod 2 had a reading of blue. Interesting. So this one's shows its scale reading. Yeah, very orangey. Green. And like a red, like a magenta red. Yeah, it's interesting that pod 2, because pod 2 is the one, it is, right? Like, if hang on. I just want to check this note. Yeah, that should be, yeah, pod 2. That's where we found the thing. That's probably why it's erroring. Interesting. But Holtish data. Holtish servers were created to read amounts of energy generated at the heater servers. They were designed by Layson M. Holtish at Oluxis Heating Systems, when the heaters were originally installed at the Nyashka heater chamber. Trondi counts are generated at the Holtish consoles through the use of fuses. Inspect each Holtish server linked to the Banox computer system. Once a fuse is charged, Trondi readings will be sent from the Holtish servers to this database. Here's the Trondi counts. Alright, just to confirm, is this one should be, one second, find my note there. That should be 7. Trondi count 7. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, alright. What are the other Trondi counts? Alright. 10. of course, we'll have to double that to be 20 for this one. Alright, and then blue, 15, which will have to be tripled. So that'll be 45. And then, of course, we have red 24, which will have to be quadrupled. Man, that'd be, what, 96? I think. Wait, I shouldn't have exited out completely. Still other things to look at. The Jatuk portal shift. Jatuk portal technology, also known as Jatuk lens technology, ceased upon Nyashka Site-28 after electromagnetic interference from local marine wildlife, weakening transit power within the plasma of the Talita portals. However, one portal still contains this old Jatuk technology, enabling the portal to shift between two locations. This has been set up to enable faster spore delivery, connecting the Nyashka Spore Pool collection to the Spore Docks 1 site, after the Jatuk power from either camera sector or Spore Docks 1 on this console. Camera sector, but I could set it to Spore Docks, which we haven't been to. Ah. A new area to check out. Yes. Nyashka heater chamber status. The heaters inactive. The Nyashka, current location point A. The shield inactive, which is good. The Nyelda inactive, location point A as well. Nyelda Platinum Series model, providing a top quality performance needed to grow and harvest the best Nyashka spores. Operation requires the use of two external computer systems to lower it from point A and point B locations. An activation cabinet can provide fuel, which needs to be powered remotely. The Nyelda cradles and lowers the Nyashka into the heater chambers ready for spore harvest. That thing we need to power up. The chute, inactive. Recent chute and portal system has been set up. Spores can be sent via workers at the Nyashka heater chamber through the entry chute located there. A Shriyuki portal is currently in use to transfer the spores to another worker, positioned at an exit chute, which is constructed at the Talita portal, leading to the spores docks 1. The chute will remain inactive until another spore harvest is imminent. Operated remotely on OJ. Okay. Attention required. Foreign objects detected in the pool of the Nyashka heater chambers. Attempting to identify. Unsuccessful. That doesn't sound good. Emails. They're blocked. Wakara Security's right, he blocked them. Dear Vimir, I am following up on service operations required to be carried out on the two VED-N80 security doors you have installed on Nyashka Site-28. We attempted to contact you a year ago, but we did not receive any response. Your last service was conducted by Martin H. Kleshy on 10/05/4042, and updates are available. I'm also informing you that a few accounts have been hacked lately. I recommend not using WSS card details for passcodes, either online or for the door lock mechanisms. We want to ensure you have the best possible security service we can provide here at Wakara Security Systems, and apologize for any inconvenience this recent attack may have caused. Feel free to arrange a meeting with us at our offices, located in the Wakara district. Nelia Pata. So that was probably supposed to be a hint as to the code to use to unlock that security door. Luckily, I happened to figure it out myself. To the attention of Vamir Dahili. This email is in response to our meeting alongside our protector, Smolex Mehmet, in regards to his concerns with the current heater system set up on Nayashka Site 28. After reviewing the current setup you have running, we have decided to begin installation of new pipes, which will carry the heater... Oh, I think this is the one that he printed out, yeah? Yeah. Alright, so we've already read that one, really. Cletex Communications Center. Attention, Vamir Dahili. Hope this email finds you well. Connections between Nayashka Site 28 and Spore Docks 2 and 3 have now been permanently disconnected. While discussions were had with Smolex Mehmet, our Lord and Protector, regarding the possibility of reopening these docks for storage unit usage, the final decision has been made to cease any further work to renovate. Members of the Ronaldo Temple have made it clear that instant delivery of the spores results in much more sustainable and lucrative production outcomes. We ensure a strong transmission signal continues for the Toledo portal you have assigned to enter Spore Docks 1. The Yil Kloit Communications Manager. Cameras. Oh boy. Many cameras. There's a couple. There's one that has no signal. There's one that says attention required, loading error, unable to detect camera visual input. An alternative camera system has been set up to receive a classified camera view. Camera in use, crane camera. Location classified. This one in the elevator sector shows that. Lab HQ sector. Camera sector. At the Nayashka Spore collection pools, you got these at each of the portals. Yeah. Oh, you got this one, yep. And you got these two. Nifty. Pita information. Get more information on the pitas. I don't think we really need. Wait, what's this? A note from Vamir. Let's see that. Nayashka Site 28 still retains a lot of its ancient Fazalshan landscape, compared to other Nayashka sites, or Validians, which is the Fazalshan term for Pita harvest farm. Despite the war which broke our alliance apart, I believe it's still important to understand and respect the origins of the powers which enable us to prosper here on this beautiful planet of Feamor. Good luck in your training. Tour times of the laboratory will be given by your instructor, Vamir Dahili, head scientist. Souls PSF reader, yep, we found one of those. Alright, I think that's everything from this. Alright, that was a lot of new information. Real quick, I just want to make sure there's nothing like over there. No. Nothing for me to interact with. Cool. A lot of new information. And now we finally have the Trondi counts! Yay! We can get that all set up. We can go to a new island. Location. Let's go! Yippee! Alright, so first up, we can enter in our Trondi counts. Red portal. Oops. Yes. Trondi count time. Alright, so we first have blue, which should be 45. Yeah. Alright, and then, yeah, which is which? So we got green and red. So green should be 20. Red should be, was it like 90? I think it was 96. Yes. Trondi counts entered. Love it. That place was definitely meant to be found a bit earlier. But we got a lot of information out of there. Now, oh, the Spore Docks is dark, dude. It's nighttime over here. Am I not allowed to do anything? Oh. This is what the spore's for. Let there be light. Yeah. Eye opener. Light has pierced the black of night, edging you further into the that. Achievement unlocked. Spore Docks here. Yes. Very nice. Okay, what's this? What did that do? Not really sure what that does. I think that hooks into this and does something. Turns something on and off. Helorian portal active. Spore Docks entrance inactive. Oh, I see. I think. So if I go over here. Boom. So now the portal is inactive. And then just to double check. Those can't be on at the same time. They can. Can they? We can both? No, they can't. You can only have one active at a time. Gotcha. Yeah, so now the Spore Docks entrance is powered up, so we can actually go through this door. So, there's 4 colors again. You won't let me look. Get a good look at that. I don't know. I could definitely translate some of the letters, but not all of them. It's so far away. Which one of those plants? Hi there. Ooh, Spore portal system. Portal type Spore Pump Delivery Portal. Currently inactive. Automatic activation upon calculated spore delivery. Organized on Oluj. No manual actions required. Nothing we can really do with it here then. What the? Is this what the knife is for? Yeah. Oh, it's the metal safe. It's the entire safe. Huh. And we know that taking it through a particular portal will... Oh, hang on. It's got a 1 on there. I'm supposed to put something in the save. And then I send it. And once I go to the other side of wherever that portal is. Or maybe I... Can I call it back? I can't call it back. Interesting. So I gotta go to the other end of that portal, and then that will open up the safe. So is that everything over here? There's nothing else? Huh. I thought there'd be more to this place. Interesting. All right. Well, that's fine. As long as we did what we needed to do. Now, real quick. This tower here. I'm trying to remember. Is this the one that needs the tower Pieta? Yeah. That one's definitely. Yep. We need the other one, which I want to say. Was it in the... It wasn't in the mines, no. No. But what is in the mines is that place where we can flip the blue portal back. Since pretty sure we're completely done with that spore location. Run all the way back. What the? Console data? Yeah. Back. Cool. I mean, what was down here? Need the mask, of course, but... This is where this Pete is. Okay, here we go. Certainly did something. crane came at. Location classified. Wherever it is, we did a thing. Oh, now there's all this gas. Yep. Lots of gas erupted in here. Get out of there. Alright. We did that. Yes, there's a couple of things I want to do. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, one of them is to go take a look at that table down there. See if we've done anything to make the button actually do something. That goes up. Nope, still doesn't do anything. I have no clue. Whoops. What that's all about. Let's go ahead and utilize the fast travel here. Thank you for the follow, DFR888. Much appreciated. Let's see. This room? This isn't where I was thinking of, but we might as well have a quick look around again. Make sure we're not missing anything. In fact, wasn't there... What is this thing? The button doesn't do anything. Definitely seems like you should be able to do something with this, but it like needs power somehow. These towers real quick. Make sure we've done everything we need to do with them. Yeah, install the this is one of the ones that required the mouse, was it? No. No, it just had the 3 cameras for the symbols, which we entered in. Got those all hooked up. Alright, so yeah. This is all set. Don't have to worry about any of these towers. This is all boarded up. Looks like an arrival point of some kind. This is also like a Jalud arrival point. That's where we got our Troska portal thing. Thing doesn't open up. Got a red light. Weird. All right, let's go. Let's go here. We're actually gonna run around a little bit. There's some things I want to try out. So this... Well, let's take a quick gander. I think we've done everything we need to do here. Was this the microphone observation tower? Yeah. We already hooked that up, so. Just a mental note. That one's taken care of. Don't need to go through that portal at all. Lights that are powered by the funky. Now, this rock. We're told to open the rock. Don't know how that works. I do wonder if I'm supposed to use salt on anything. Just thinking that that plant that was marked on the note is part of the is one of the ingredients for making the ink that is revealed by salt. So that's not it. Let's try. Going back here. Is it through here? Yeah, I think so. Nope, not that one. That's where we need some way to activate that elevator without having the button that's being worked on. Oh yeah, we also need to be on the lookout for the other end of that one cart. Wait a minute. I had a thought just now. Remember we sent a cart down a track over here? I wonder if that's the cart that we sent off. Oh, I see a cart down there. I'm onto something here. I think I'm correct. Yes! Woo! We got a key. That's to activate that machinery. Cool. The Nyelda key. Yes. We're gonna need that. Well, let me send it back. That's fine. We got what we needed from it. Sick. Don't think there's anything we need to do up there. Alright, we need to go through a portal over here. Still sleeping. Don't know what the importance of him is, if any. Yeah, this is where I want to be. I'll try something. Goes over here. Yeah. Is it this path? Okay, and you see, this is what I was talking about. See, we now know. Come on, turn it. I want to turn around. There we go. That this activates a portal, and it goes to this button, which is constantly pressed down. Is that actually the one that he said he jammed it so that the platform stays raised? So that some platform stays raised? I don't know. Or maybe it's jammed so that it always powers the hidden portal. Curious. But what I'm currently looking for is, I remember there was a switch that we were told needed to be activated for a thing. I already opened that and got its contents. Maybe the thing I'm thinking of isn't actually over here. Unless it's at the other end of this dome. No, because that's the roller coaster. Nothing else up here. That's... Is that, which number is that? Is that 3? That's 3. That's what I thought. Yeah, there's 2. And we pulled that lever thing. Didn't cause any complications at the tank. With the water gone, the portal still seems to work. Yes. The portal. Doesn't drain water from this. Look down, but we don't really see much. Nothing we can interact with. That's for sure. This just leads to laboratory. Is there anything to do with that? No. Real quick. I just wanted to look for that note about the different portal locations. Data factory zone, the pier, inside. Alright, inside the telescope. We can do that. I think the switch I'm thinking of might actually be in the mine area. I don't feel like it was, but... let's see. I feel like actually there's one. No, I think it might actually be. Whoops. No. No. Come back here. I think it might actually be across the minecart ride. Come on, look up. We're gonna quickly try that. Just gotta flip the switch here. question is it over here? Don't think it's through here, no. That's just microphone stuff. Alright. Yeah, here we are. Let's try that. Where is below us? There's that, but I don't know how to get down there. Save. Flip this back. Real quick, I want to check the rock again. See if flipping that switch does anything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, dude. I don't know, man. This is a confusing note. See, there's the portal, rail track, cart, craft, cliff entrance. It's got this picture of that plant. Points right here. And then there's a line pointing down here, and it says, "Open the rock!" Exclamation point. How? See this one? Number 2, drain the tank, which I did. Keep symbols hidden for now and on their associated maps. In case Mason needs to get the portal working, he'll know how to uncover them. Like, there's none of these plants that I can interact with. What the? What the? Huh? Well, I did it. I done opened the rock. There we go. Ooh, ooh, no. That's a lot of text to go through. What's that? Never seen that before. I mean, it looks like an S, but there's got this mark up onto the upper left. But this is CHERUSE. So Cheruse something. Is that the V? Is that maybe the V? Or sorry, the Z symbol? I don't know. But then it's Cheruses. Oh, you know what? That's probably apostrophe S. Cheruses. Cheruses. It's just an apostrophe. Okay. DESTRUCT. Oh yeah, ION. Destruction. Truce's destruction. Of the of the Velitron. The Velitron Temple, or Velitron Temple. So Cheruse's destruction of the Velitron Temple. Bridge. The Velitron Temple Bridge. Yeah. I have to go through and I want to go through and write down all this stuff. I'm gonna save here. There's a lot of stuff here. Let's at least find out what these say. Belilka. Yeah, so these are those names. So that's probably... Hold on. Find my note. So that was Belilka. This is probably Gelitron? Yeah. Gelitrum. And then you've got Palest and Latroc. go.
The secret portal.
Question is, will the door be open for us? Or did I accidentally lock it? Woo! It's a good thing I switched it then, right? I just want to see if there's... Yeah, there's something here. Oh, one... Is that 5? Yeah, 5. 1, 5, 10. And it says... levels. Hang on. Okay, there's nothing I can do with that. Let's see what this path leads to. There's a door. The Litron Island. The Litron Island. So there's a way to teleport, but can I... Oh, good. Ooh. Yeah. Huh. Hi. I don't think I can go over there. There's definitely something on the other side there. Oh wait, can I go around the outside? Around the outside, around the outside? More murals. Yes. This is a little bit difficult to read, but the harvesting of the Pieta. Yeah, the harvesting of the Pieta, that makes sense. Because there's the Scarlatti Towers levitation crane. There's the people rowing out to go and harvest. And of course this is like pulling up the Pietas. The deliverance. Of the Pieta? The deliverance of the Pieta. Yeah, so I guess they're coming home delivering Pieta. This kind of looks familiar. The creation of the Pieta. Creation of the Pieta. The P C L A and then an N. C-L-E-A. Clean. Cleansing. The cleansing of the Pieta. The cleansing of the Pieta. Very beautiful. This place looks beautiful. Look at all these beautiful different colors and things. Sad that this place is all run down. So look, each of the four. Can I look up? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, each of the four masks representing the leaders of the Pieltish clans. This is a neat place. There's that symbol. This must be... That's the secret portal. Ugh. That's gotta be weird, climbing up into a portal that then opens straight out this way. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. It does go straight up. Okay, cool. Look at this place, though. I bet you this is the area where we sent that portal thing to. What's this? There's a gun and some ammunition down there. There's a journal.
It's been a long day spent overseeing ammunition storage at Lariti. The two young soldiers who are stationed there today, Malik and Tala, give me such hope and joy, demonstrating how proficient and organized our guard here on the Blue Philidian can be, training these young men and women in the use of the Taluk, making sure they can mount them on the window rails on the top floor of any gun tower, and making sure the plasma discs are all in good working order in the early hours of every morning. Gives me hope that we can stand firm and hold a strong defense against Sharus's forces. My thoughts glazed over the days when spears were used as a means to defend our land, before they became a decoration to buildings such as the main chambers of Panovia Point. I realize how things have changed as I handled all the boxes of saloon cheek bullets today. These weapons accomplished the work of a dozen spearmen, taking out large numbers of incoming Allopolites on ground level and in the air. Towers like Lariti stand tall and strong, not only due to the brilliant engineering minds that have put everything together, but also because of the heart and soul of the people who maintain them and defend them, acting when the time strikes to do what is needed to protect our land. Soon after ticking off my morning errands at the harbor, I proceeded to accompany Belilka to the Paida factory. I am so proud of this beautiful young woman. I recall the days when she would aid her father tame Maleva cats in the Wadelk district of Fazalta, her clothes almost in tatters, her face blackened by dirt and scratch marks always finding their way across her arms and legs. Now, she's adorned in the cherry reds, crimson oranges, and the deepest blacks of the Pieltish clan robes. As we crossed the bridge from the beacon, built just below Lariti, approaching the stairs leading up to the doors of the Paida factory, I stopped Belilka in her tracks, looked her in the eyes, and placed my old, rugged, battle-beaten hands upon her shoulders. "Is this what you want?" I asked her. "Is this really what you want?" "For the Pelska," she replied, strands of her black hair lashing out into the wind, her eyes squinting in the afternoon sun that set ablaze the ocean world around us. "I do this for our people, Hyan, for our Philidian, For Vesalta. I paused in my response, but at this moment, I felt my hand squeeze her shoulders, as though in some strange attempt to try and savor what was left of the young girl I'd seen growing up in the Wadelk district. Untouched by the strange and unknown forces she was now dealing with, beholden to the magic beyond any of our comprehension, or at least mine anyway. In some way, this new line of work put her in more danger than being face to face with any Maleficat. Her training on Quan had gone by quickly. She had done very well. I smiled at her and nodded, and we continued up to the Paita factory, putting faith in Beluka that she knew what she was doing. Steam rose from the tall metal vents built on top of the factory. The viafil gas was being prepared for the upcoming creation. The doors opened and the smell of the stale gas hit me. It was almost as harsh as the smell of Velopolite blood. This was my second time accompanying Beluka to the factory. She appointed me as her protector to Quinonovic himself. Quan had offered much in the ways of the relaxing walks and forest hikes on the day I had decided to escort her to the Valari Citadel. But when I received this news at a gathering later that day, all the smells of the baobab trees I had passed, and the sounds of the Talabrock birds nesting comfortably on rocky outcrops I had ventured out to, overlooking the Parlari Sea, were torn out of me by the swipe of Dread's blade, rushing into my heart, turning my blood cold. I helped Beluka into the capsule of the tank, as I held the viafil gas mask for her, while she made herself as comfortable in the capsule as possible. I pondered over memories beginning to surface in my brain, of going up against Velopolite demons, nearly twice my height, eyes as blue as sapphires, and serpent tongues sharp enough to take my head clean off. Yet, danger grew thorns through my heart faster here than anywhere else I had been stationed before. As a soldier, a warrior, and protector of the Blue Philidian, my hand shook under the sweaty grip of the mask. And once Beluka nodded to me that she was ready, I almost struggled to lift the mask up to her face. It was as though invisible chains fused the mask down to the grated metal flooring below me. "It's okay," Beluka muttered. Her voice was soft yet confident. Those two words powerful enough to dampen out the surrounding hiss of active gas pipes enshrouding the tank and the nearby chatter of the other Peyotish clan members. She smiled, and I smiled back. I brushed away loose strands of her black hair away from her face and helped place the mask over her head. I made sure the gas tube was securely tightened to the mask and the nearby connection to the tank itself. Ready to go. The creation needed to begin. I heard the shift of gears and grind of metal as the elevator below on the watery ground floor of the Paita factory began to rise, carrying the freshly harvested Paita into the mysterious heart of the tank. I stepped back, hearing a loud chunking metal sound resonate through the building. The Paitas were securely loaded. Slowly, I closed the door of the capsule, drowning Beluka's fused state in shadow, her hands clasped tightly to the handles either side of her, activation points releasing the required viafil gas into her mask, the right amount of madness to enter her body, to start performing even more madness. The door was closed. All 4 doors were closed, holding the Peyotish clan members inside, while myself and 3 other warriors stood guard outside each capsule. All we could do was wait, while the rumble of the Paita factory's numerous pipes rattled above us, to the sides of us, and the smell? A gas leak? Working in the Paita factory offered me an insight into a world I could barely comprehend. I was a fighter, a protector, not a magician or a being from another world. Quinonovic knew what he was doing. We all trusted this man, this being. The Pelskas trusted him. But what intentions did he have for us, for Beluka? Was this right, the activity that was taking place before me?
Soon enough after the creation had been performed, the Paitas were taken away from the factory. Not by Beluka, or Halast, or Galatrim, or Latroke. A young girl and older woman had come for the collection, taken them away to a nearby boat which had docked at the far side of the factory,
close to the railcart tunnel entrance. These will be transported to Quan for further distribution under the guidance of Quinonovic and the Pelskas. Beluka was the last Peyotish clan member to leave the factory. On her first performance of the creation, she had needed a while to rest outside of her capsule, and I'd managed to retrieve some water from Olsgard. a fellow soldier, protector of Latroke, to help cool her down and hydrate her. Today, she had managed to remove the mask herself and stepped out of the capsule, fairly wide-eyed and awake.
I did help her get to the boat docked at the harbour, where the other Payoltish clan members were also waiting. Master Darmatai had arranged a meeting with the clan at Panovia Point. From what Belilka did tell me, it was in regards to new systems being installed at the factory.
Maybe I was right about leaking biofuel gas after all. After waving her off, I desperately needed something to calm my nerves. Again, having fought so many Alopolites in my time, nothing wrecked my mind more than knowing Belilka was being subjected to such strange, mysterious powers. A drink was needed. At the entrance to the Kayenti Hall, I was greeted by a good friend of mine, Tarek, who worked regular guard duty at the recently built factory guard tower on Golorfiak Mines. Before I could enter the hall, he stopped me and brought me aside. He was very troubled. Last night, earth tremors had been picked up from the levitation crane at Skaliti Towers, and he had felt them himself, all the way on Golorfiak Mines. He told me there was something coming, something which will disturb everything here on the Blue Philidian. I was quick to reassure Tarek that the gun towers are regularly checked, manned, and ready for any attack that befalls our shores. Having performed an ammunition storage check earlier that day at Loriti, I also reminded Tarek of the new defenses being developed at Golorfiak Mines. Floating machines, faster than any boat, and the Galanti podiums being upgraded to send and receive faster Galahanti messages. We entered the Kayenti building, both slightly lighter in spirit, ready to rest and enjoy the company of all the hard-working men and women at the Blue Philidian. The building is shaking. I believe Tarek has already fled. What is going on? I managed to find Tarek, helping to fuel the lavandishing furnace of Loriti. He was badly wounded. And before I could... Poor Tarek. He was right. They have come. 6 Alopolites slain. Bigger than usual. I managed to catch a glimpse of Sharus, adorned in his Alopolite mask. A defamation and insult to the Payoltish clan. To our world. The harbor is lost. If only the shield had been finished. We were too late. I must get to the Velatron machine. Belilka, travel well, my dear. I shall stay here at the Velatron temple until the darkness completely takes me. The rumbling outside continues to shake the outer walls. A company of soldiers remain outside, but I don't know for how long they can keep Sharus back. He will try anything to get to the Velatron. It must remain protected. I will do all I can. Kunonovic, it has been a pleasure.
Man. That's quite the tale. But real quick, I need to go get some more water. I'll be right back. Alright, you back. Let's have a look at these. There's something written there, but it's too dark to really make out. And this is all flooded, so can't go that way. And probably this is. Oh no, there's some boards. We'll get to that in a second. Pretty sure that's the thing that we teleported. What is this? This is Elytron. Oh, this is where we need to fuel. Filled canister. Elytron activation. Oh, dang. Okay, so this has to be an area symbol. What were the colors associated with those? I don't think I noted those down. I think that's the green one. Then we need a number and 2 letters. Area, number, 2 letters. Oh, wait, but now we can know that that right there is Z. Because, I mean, this is A, B, C, D. So that means that this must be Z. Then there's Y. Let's fill out our alphabet. At the very least. Okay, so now we got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Alright, J is left 4. I figured it would be, but I didn't want to mark it down just in case, because I mean we've seen M and Z. So K, L, M, as I said. N, O, P, Q. Okay, that one is up 4. R, S, T, V, W, and X is right 5. Okay, that fills out our alphabet. Awesome. Again, we don't know the Elytron activation code. I don't think we've been given it yet, but it's powered. So now we just need to find out the code. Let's look here. First off, look at that. We can look up further, even. Is that the actual That's not the orientation of the portals. 'Cause the orientation of the portals would be like yellow, red, green, blue. So these two would be flipped. Well, let's go over here. Oh, we were activating the portal. The pillar portal. I thought we were portaling something away. Monster Hunter Cruise in 14? No, I have not. I haven't really touched 14 in a while. There's a Monster Hunter event going on right now, isn't there? Oh, it's these that I... Yeah. Finally found the binoculars. Crystal block mechanism symbols combined successfully. Successful transfer of combined symbols into Nailda Platinum System number 2. Okay. That's good. Successful transfer of heater server symbol sent to Nailda Platinum System number 2. Good. I guess that's just to look at. Ah. Is it this key? Spare key. Ah, there's the hint for a puzzle I already solved. Stare down. An ancient beast looks deep into your soul. Achievement. Yeah. Symbol. Belitsu Island, 6 VT. It's a code sheet. That's gotta be the code. Okay, Felitsu Island, 6 VT. So... Well, we know for sure what 6 and VT are. Now I just need to recall which symbol was for Felitsu Island. We can figure that out.
The diverter tower at the harbor zone has been fixed. Mason did a wonderful job. With a transfer to the binoculars here on the old factory guard tower, the symbols needed to lower the Naelda now transfer much faster and appear clearer than ever before. The Spore Docks. Smolax talks about ridding the place of the old railcart system, shutting down the Shryuki portal. So far, it's nothing but words. No action. Too afraid to come back here with all of Arian's vines creeping around the place. Besides, that Shryuki portal still comes in handy for the Nayashka activation console. I have also decided to hide the correct colors needed for the crystal block mechanisms at the Spore Docks, in case Mason requires to use the machines himself to get the Naelda lowered to the heater chambers. The console should suffice.
On, off, on. Oh. Taliva Tahili.
Mia, my love. How's Nia? It's a beautiful morning here in Kasalt. The lake is all glistening. When all this is over, no more work. I'm taking you swimming. Naluka? What did we say about climbing on the roof? He's looking for Veltray lizards again. Everyone's acting weird now the Galithium dose has changed. Now, before you ask, don't worry. I ate the Gafunkai mushroom and only the white parts. Naluka? Not so high! Anyway, I think you're right about the mushroom reducing the Galithium dose's potency. Smolax has the Ologarians in the palm of his hand. Do you know what he's calling the return to Bragnarian? The joining of the Great Lands. He's keeping the people subdued, Vimir, fooled by lies of Galithium protection. Someone should destroy the Leflomian portal before Smolax brainwashes everyone, including Naluka. I will not let him ruin our son. Sorry, gotta go. Sorry about that. Someone fell off the roof. And he's fine. He wants to make an orange paella, just like you. I told him I'd send you his sketches. So cute. Last time I went up to the Nieshka Falls, I noticed some weak connections in the sensors you set up down there. If the sensors can't detect the Zypher fish, you will be stranded on there with no way back to Oloj. Don't let your hard work and sacrifice come to nothing. You can never be too careful, my love. I know you don't like me to worry, but you just get so absent-minded when you're stressed. Leaving doors open, putting toad cheese in the storage shed. So yeah, I'm worried. I know your work is important, but we need you too.
It's a cute message for Vimir. Okay. Ooh. Shielded Peter. Ooh. Whoops.
Taliva, if you have come across this note, I need to inform you that I have hidden a journal of mine inside the Naelda console here at this office. You can retrieve it once the Naelda is successfully lowered and the process to trap Smolax in the bunker can begin. My thoughts, my ideas, my work, I've concluded a lot of things in this new journal, but most importantly, it contains vital information required to trap Smolax. If for some reason you are left in the position to take on this task, you must read it before proceeding. Vimir.
Inside the Naelda console. Here at this office. Okay. Translator glasses for the text that I've already been translating myself. I'm not sure what to do with these glasses anymore. While I am satisfied with the refined plasma within the lenses, now translating Galahanti words much quicker, I fear Smolax will only dismiss the glasses completely. A way to teach the new workers coming to Nia. I mean, of course, Nyashka Site 28. About the old Fizultian ways. I question my efforts to bring awareness to the old Fizultian constellation number system, too. The contraption at Pinorvia Point in the old Pelska watchtower still needs some work on the inputs, but these glasses? Maybe Niluka would like them? Maybe. Interesting. Only 3 of them are lit up. Not the red one. Meorta gas system portal activation code. This plus 4. I think I've already activated the Meorta gas system. I'll just write this down. Anyway. Sensor tablet active. Active sensors 0. Inactive sensors 4. Activation available. Full cabinet sensors. Sun position, location, temperature. Can't change those, but activate them. Seem to have changed anything here. Alright, this one is maybe broken. So what did activating them? I don't know. Opponent's sun position, location, temperature. Sun position is that, then the location. Yeah. It's either blue or green. I can't recall which. Don't think I've got a note on that one, but I think. Oh no! This gotta be green. Or sorry, no, that's not got. It's gotta be blue. It's gotta be the blue one, because the green one is the one that looks like the house thing, like a shed. So that one's gotta be blue. So sun position is up there. Location is blue, and then temperature is 23. If that matters at all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think that, so we've seen the red triangle with the 3 symbols on it. And the top one was this kind of symbol. I don't recall there being a dot on it. The middle symbol was the dash, which is the symbol for the red location. And so then the temperature was 30 on that one. So I guess each of these big symbols, which are on the big towers out in the different areas, must display the current sun's position. That's the location that you're currently at, and then the temperature outside. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So, here at this office, Nyelda console. Is that this console? Maybe not. Symbol access code. Nyelda activation required for further operations. So that's a symbol that combines together. Whoops, no. See? There we go. So that doesn't do anything. Guess we need to find the Nyelda activation console and activate that. Let's activate the Velitrum. Meow. Alright, so we need the number to be 6. Just like that. Letters V and T. E. And now we could just... Ah, there we go. So is the dash. Right. Just right down. Oh, do we need the shielded pizza in here? Yeah. Aorta pizza. Perfect. Lovely. Nice. We need that. Cool, 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 cool. Back we go to Fujitsu Island. Out of curiosity, doesn't look like we can see the triangle tower from here. Away! Yeah! Alright. Fujitsu Island. So we need to find the Nielda activation console. Started up. And the Nielda lowered down. But I think we're gonna have to do that next time. I have to call it here for today. There's a lot of lore today. So we're finally solving all of the puzzles. Yeah. We finally got those Trondi counts. Found those. Man. This is a fun game. Fun game. Save. Boop. We're really close to the end. Got the Mayorta Pieta, so we can power that up. Got the translator glasses, so you can translate things a bit faster than a single letter at a time. But I do have the translations of all of the symbols written down by this point. So it's more of a convenience upgrade. Still. Don't know what we're gonna do with the withered spore, full spore, or process spore yet. Haven't found a place to use those. Do it the Nielda key for the Nielda console, I assume. We need to find the Nielda console, so we can get that. A note said that there was a journal that we were going to need to read. It's in the Nielda activation console. Yeah. Feel like we're getting ready to just get everything all set and then trap this Smolex guy and beat the game. So, next stream would be on Saturday for more of the RuneScape 3 leagues. It's been going on. Been making a lot of progress on that. And then on Monday, more Lotro. And then next Wednesday, I believe we'll be finishing up Nia. Yeah. Have a good night, Henry. And thank you for stopping by. But until next time, be kind to yourself, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next mission. Bye-bye.